Hello, welcome back to Oracle DBA tutorial. In this tutorial, we're going to discuss about system global area. So here is our overall view that where we are. We are essentially discussing about the memory structure, and in our last videos, we have already finished discussing about PGA and UGA. And in this video, we are going to focus on introduction to SGA and what SGA consists of, and what are the different parts of SGA, and then how SGA is being managed. So this is the goal of this video, to introduce you to SGA. Right. So SGA is basically a pull-up memory where all the dedicated server processes and the background processes can access. And this pull-up memory consists of different types of pool. Like one thing is called shared pool. Okay, so this is one, the shared pool. So shared pool is a share in a memory area where we store the shared cursor or the dictionary cache or the PL/SQL procedure in the compiled version. Like now, whenever you um, invoke a package, then the package thing is going to come, and then past compiled code is going to come to the shared pool. So shared pool essentially, the key concept of the RDBMS is that keep in some shared location and then share it across multiple different clients or different dedicated server processes. Then the next one is called DB buffer cache, or basically DB buffer cache and the redo buffer cache together, they call a pool that pool has no name, called null pool. Okay, so essentially no name, but it contains the most important thing, which is called database buffer cache plus redo buffer. The next one is called streams pool. So in case of Oracle Streams, like an Oracle Streams is a product which basically replicate the data from one database to another database, right? And then Oracle Streams use this Streams pool to manipulate those replication, right? So this is a Streams pool, and it's not necessary that every database will contain Streams pool. If we have configured Oracle streamings to work, and then Oracle will going to allocate a pool of memory for those operations and called streams pool. Then we have something called Java pool. So you can also run Java application inside Oracle database. To run Java application, you need a JVM. So what you need to do is that the fixed amount of memory for JVM that is running on your database is allocated, and that memory is come from Java pool. And the last one is called large pool. And this memory is essentially used for parallel execution features, and also whenever we are doing a RMAN backup read the disk IO from this large pool. So instead of does a lot of the backup happens using the disk IO, and this large pool is the memory used for doing the RMAN backup. So essentially these are the overall different types of pools. And then also we have keep pool and recycle pool. And then keep pool is something that you want to keep the data persistent across for the life of the database. So that is a keep pool, and keep pool is basically a part of your DB buffer cache, and also a recycle pool, where we can say that if this area is always recyclable. So that means these two pools do not follow the LRU or list recent use algorithm and so on. So essentially these are the different types of pool, and then all these pools will have their, like for example, the shared pool may be different, divided into library cache, dictionary cache, and then control cache and so on. So essentially, like what we can do, we have a dynamic performance table called $SGA start. So by querying $SGA start, we can figure out what are the memory, or what is the currently how much memory is allocated to what kind of pools. So let's take a quick demo. So this is first, let me describe the v dollar SGA start. So this has three columns: pool, name, and bytes. So let's say I want to find out, select distinct pool from v dollar SGA start. So it looks like now I have a null pool, then I have Java pool, shared pool, and large pool. I do not have any stream pool. I don't have any recycle pool or keep pool. So I have four different distinct types of pools here in my database. So those are this. So how do I know, like, how much memory they are consuming, or what is the part of, so as I told you, like, the share pool maybe have consist of different things, right? So if you select name comma pool comma bytes from v dollar SGA start, right? So select name comma pool comma bytes from v dollar SGA start, where pool is equal to shared pool. Okay, so looks like there are, basically looks like the shared pool, whatever we are talking, the shared pool is consist again of 594 different things. Okay, and and then we're also saying that how many bytes are allocated for those 594 different things. So, like, don't worry about this kg and all those things. This is, nothing to deal about. A lot of things maybe, just how they do for advanced users and so on. But what is essentially you can see, like, how much memory this shared pool consume, and by what you can do a group by. So let's try to find out now how much memory is consumed by different pools. So if I do this select pool comma name, then I do sum of bytes, then I say from SCA v dollar SCA underscore start. So v dollar SCA start group by pool comma name. Okay, so if you see, right, so like, for example, shared pool, right? So this is how, for example, large pool is just only one chunk of memory that is going to consume this much. Okay, so let's do this, edit this thing so that we can write something better. So select pool. So we just want to get this thing by pool name, right? We don't want to give a name, so that it will be easier to visualize. Okay, so it looks like my buffer pool is consist of looks like 322 MB, right? And then Java pool is consist of 4 MB, shared pool is consist of about 159 MB, and a large pool consist of about 167 MB. Okay, so this combination of all these things will come around 512 MB or whatever. That is essentially what is the amount of SGA that I have. So if I do select okay, so it looks like now I'm about consuming 503 megabyte of SGA. So my SGA site is essentially 503 MB. So as I told you, by using $SGA start, we can figure out how much memory that we are consuming at this point. All right, and then by selecting how much we consume per share pool, how much we consume per null pool, and so on, we can also figure out how much memory is consumed. And then this is what is basically gives us a lot of tuning parameter, like, based on this values, we decide if we have enough amount of share pool or not. If we do not have a big share pool, if we are not having a good buffer cache, then maybe the performance is going to suffer. And this is what is, understanding of this values, right? Whatever I'm showing you here in these things, it is makes a lot of sense, like how this thing is really working out in your database. So how do I manage so how do I manage SGA? Again, as I told you, the SGA can be managed in two ways, either by manual or by automatic. In the manual mode, I have to uh, set bunch of parameters, and for example, if I want to set my shared pool, right? So what I can do, there's a init.ora parameter called shared underscore pool underscore size. Okay, so by 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 setting up this value, I can set what is the maximum memory that my shared pool can contain. And then again, something like, we can do, let's say for example, you want to set your database buffer cache. So there is a parameter called db underscore block underscore cache underscore size. So let's say if you are a 8 kilobyte block, and then your size is set to 100, that means your buffer db buffer cache size is 800 kb, so on. And then if you want to set your redo log buffer, so you can do another parameter is called log underscore buffer. Okay, you set some values. And then similarly, like, if you want to set your java pool size, then there is a parameter called java underscore pool underscore size. By putting this parameter, you can set the values of this thing. So essentially what I'm saying is that there is a way that you can size all these individual uh, pools. Also another way that we learned, that you can automatically set one value, and that value is SGA underscore target. So if you set SGA underscore target, then automatically Oracle is going to calculate based on your workload how much is a share pool, how much a large pool, Java pool, and all this thing. And then another important thing is that all these parameters can be tuned online. That means when the database is up and running, if you think that log buffer is basically we have assigned log buffer a big value, but we are not really using that, or we assigned a Java pool size, but we never use any Java, we are not executing any Java calls. So in that case, what it's going to do, if you set those things as automatic mode, Oracle is going to basically take and make sure that these things tuned properly during the runtime. Okay, and then starting from Oracle 10G release, you can manage this thing by using automatic mode, which is the preferred way to do these things. And the last thing is that how do I know, how much is my current SGA target? Basically, the database which I am running right now is based on this automatic management. And then if I do a parameter, so parameter SGA underscore target, so it looks like my SGA value is 480 megabyte. Okay, so it's a 480 megabyte. Then what you can do, we can increase, we can alter the parameters SGA target to say 512 MB. I cannot do this thing because I don't have enough memory on this computer right now, so therefore I can't really show you those things. Okay, but whenever you alter this parameter SGA target, we increase the value of SGA target, then automatically the different pools are going to be incremented accordingly. Okay, so this is how your SGA is going to be, your SGA is, and how this SGA is going to be managed.